After a fun-filled weekend of camping with the kids at the Columbia Airport 44th Annual Gathering of Luscombe's event, it was time for Pete and I to head up to Oroville for an update in the mighty Luscombe. As soon as we got up and leveled off, leaving Columbia today, of course, I said, I gotta pee. So, this is no longer a water bottle. You gotta remember, don't drink that bottle. So on Friday the 19th of May, the DWR shut down the spillway for the final time this season down to 0 CFS at a lake level of 829 feet. Opened up the Hyatt power plant and the refurbished river valve outlet system to provide 13,500 CFS outflow. This is Bidwell Dam, Kelly Ridge as we approach Oroville Dam. Despite some rather deep snow in the highest part of the High Sierra, inflows have been 13,000 CFS or less, and the lake level continues to drop. All this despite high temperatures exceeding 90 degrees down here in the Sacramento Valley. So all the bed-wetting, hand-wringing doom and gloomers out there worried about the big snow melt this year, hydrologists have got this worked out just fine. And our chances for getting any additional significant rainfall here in Northern California this time of year is almost nil. Now a new race is on. Can Kiewit Construction get this spillway repaired before the rains of November? This flyover we're watching here was on Sunday, the 21st of May. Having witnessed the incredible manpower put in during the emergency phase of this operation at Oroville, I'm surprised how slow things seem to appear to be proceeding now during the reconstruction phase. I really expected to see more of this lower spillway gone by Sunday. So you can see where they've taken down some of the sidewalls on the right side of the spillway, looking down the spillway, and nibbled a little bit at the floor of the spillway right where the access roads are. You can see too a new road built at the bottom of the spillway in the diversion pool to get across the tail race. Right here. So let's look at a few more still photographs to pull out a few more details from this flyover. Here it looks like they're preparing to do some blasting to further reduce the angle of inclination of the steep canyon walls. And here's what's being called the bridge area, and DWR has some good drone footage of the destruction of the spillway here. Let's check it out. First, just as a matter of perspective, official DWR footage showing the size of this operation from the ground. The lower tail race. This spillway is wide as a 12-lane freeway. Here's the bridge area before the right wall was removed, and this clearly indicates that portions of this spillway were not built on competent bedrock. You can see the old rock bolts hanging below the spillway. Here they are nipping down the wall of the spillway, building the access road to the bridge area. And here comes the track hoe with the rock hammer attachment to make short work of this bridge. Look how fragile this is, with no foundation. Sound effects by Pete. Word is they've done a lot of preparatory drilling for blasting the remains of this spillway. So to get a baseline as to the rate of progress, I took another flyover today, Tuesday, the 23rd of May. Let's see what that looks like. So here's today's flyby, Tuesday the 23rd of May, and you can see a little bit more of the spillway gone, but a lot of the spillway still remains. So I'd like to hear from some of you working on the project how the schedule's looking, and I'd also still like to figure out where is some of this equipment going to be located. The batch plant, the concrete batch plant, the rock crusher, and those sort of operations. The drone operators were on the radio today during my flyover. I was chatting with them and thanked them for their excellent drone footage they've been publishing, and also reminded them, well, you boys better get cracking on that spillway, and they assured me they were. So stay tuned as we continue to monitor the progress of this amazing engineering feat. And speaking of excellent drone footage, let's take one last flight down Croyle Canyon, courtesy of the DWR drones. Usually comes sailing on in here with plenty of extra airspeed. We'll clean it off down below here. Get through these trees with a lot of speed. No flaps, no flat glide angle. Pete, is that you? Now we got the notch in the trees. We'll sneaker down in here a little bit. Slow us down a bit. Nice and slow. A little extra speed. Leave it off down. There's that big balloon right there. Tail first. Boom. Down and welded. Keep that stick all the way back. Keep that tail firmly planted on the runway and keep the nose going straight. How you doing, Pete? Where are we? You're tired? The iPad ran out of juice? Copy that. Should we get some gas, Pete? Mixture. Don't hit the gas pumps, Pete. Stretch, Pete. Oh, a little breezy out there. Well, what do you got to say about that flight? You're just sad.